E. Vaughn here. And today we got something interesting, something different. Your boy do have a motorcycle. So trying to steal or unsteal a motorcycle. Oh wait, I read that. Trying to steal our unstealable motorcycle. What the fuck? Yo, if I upgrade, I got an R7 right now. If I was to upgrade my bike to like something faster, it'll probably be a big, it'll be probably a Gixxer. But regardless, we're about to see the things that you can do to protect your motorcycle from getting stolen, because it is pretty easy. Now, granted, people can just lift your shit up regardless, unless you got a freaking gold wing that weigh 1,000 pounds. It's probably not, but if you're new, like, comment, subscribe. If you're not new, just keep on coming back. Subscribe, bro. What are you doing? Now let's see what this video is talking about.
This is my very beautiful GSXR 600, and this guy right here, he's a thief and he's about to steal my bike. But first, I need to explain to you how we got here. So I bought all the best motorcycle anti-theft devices to test and see which ones will protect your motorcycle best. And we're gonna test them out in a real world situation with a real thief. And the bike that we're gonna use for our bait bike is the one and only Suzuki GSXR 600, one of the most commonly stolen motorcycles. GSXR 600, one of the most commonly...
Okay, we got Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Harley, who the fuck out here stealing KTMs? Ducati, BMW. I'm guessing BMW got some, I don't know. Alright. Well.
Stolen.
Well, I feel like because these are the most common motorcycles people have, not everybody. Okay, this gotta be because these are the most common motorcycles people have. You're either gonna have a Honda, Yamaha, or Kawasaki to start out with, or a Suzuki. Cause who the fuck is getting a KTM? No disrespect to a KTM. They're not. And then Ducati.
Motorcycles. And this bike is perfect for the job because it's got experience with being stolen. So here's the plan. We staged the GSXR on the street. Now, not just any street, the mean street of Lancaster, Pennsylvania. And then our thief, okay, I'll admit it's actually Craig. We'll see how long it takes him to break into each anti-theft device. And we're gonna be monitoring this with a hidden secret camera. Okay, it's not that hidden or that secret, it's just a camera on top of Van Diesel. Craig will also have to deal with all the variables that a thief would normally have to deal with, such as vigilantes, bystanders, police jumping in, children mistaking him for a younger, thinner Santa Claus, and the most frightening thing of all, the potential guard snake. Now, the first motorcycle anti-theft device we're gonna try is the classic brake lock. And the way this works is, I'll show you. This goes around the brake, this goes around the bar, and then it locks down like this. And the idea is that because the front brake is engaged, that you can't, it's gonna be kind of a pain to move the bike. Now, the benefit of something like this is, one, they're pretty inexpensive. Two, it'll fit in your pocket, it's really small. And three, it's really, really easy to use. You saw it, it took me 2 seconds to put it on, and it only took me a couple seconds with the key to take it off. So let's see how long it takes Craig to bust this thing open, if he even can bust it open. So the thief walks up and scopes out the bike. After checking to see that the coast is clear, he checks to make sure the bike lock is working. He looks around once again, just like thieves often do before he commits a crime.
Can they just pick the lock? Yeah, I'm like, can he? Well, I don't think somebody's going to take the time to pick the lock, but what is he about to do?
Screwdriver and a wrench, he disconnects the brake lever from the master cylinder, bypassing the anti-theft device entirely.
Damn.
And in less than 2 minutes, without making any noise, walks away with my bike.
That took a little.
I'm thinking this device, I'm like, damn, this device kind of smooth. You can just
A little longer than I thought it was gonna. With the pressure on the front brake, it's a little harder to pull that pin out, but as you can see, I could have done that in probably 30 seconds and been gone. A couple other things I could have done that would have been quicker. One is I could have just cut the brake lever. Could have just cut that right off and boom, I'm gone in less than 10 seconds. This seems pretty stout. I'd say one of the things that's gonna keep honest people honest. So should you buy this? A trained thief is gonna get through this in seconds and your bike's gonna be gone.
Now, there are 3 ways that a motorcycle thief will try and steal your motorcycle. The first is probably the simplest, and that's just to ride off with the bike to their lair, cave, or swamp. And once he's riding the bike, he doesn't look suspicious anymore. He just blends in with all the other criminals riding motorcycles. The biggest obstacle that they'll need to overcome is turning the ignition switch. And since most motorcycles don't use an ignition that requires a transponder, you could just jam a screwdriver in there and turn the switch if you have enough leverage, or use a special file down blank key, or unplug the ignition and then plug in your own from another bike and then just turn the key and be on your way. Now, this is not the first time this motorcycle has been stolen. After we posted the first video about this about a year ago of me and Craig trying to restore a wrecked bike that we bought at the auction in just 8 hours, I got an unusual message from someone on Instagram who said, "That's my bike." And he even sent photographic proof, and we compared the VIN, and it's right, it was his bike. Now I'm gonna
somebody bought. Never mind.
get back to the story in a second, but with these next items right here of saved that bike from getting stolen, we're gonna find out. This is the classic motorcycle rotor lock, and what this does is it puts a little pin inside one of the holes in the rotor and stops your bike from being able to move, and it hits the forks and stuff like that. And this is the mighty, mighty, legendary Vulcan chain. Look how thick that chain is. This is said to be almost uncuttable. I'm gonna put both of these on the motorcycle at the same time and see how long it takes Craig before he can steal the motorcycle.
See, my thing is some of this stuff is a pain to like carry. I mean, if you really want to protect your motorcycle, I feel like you'll deal with the pain that some of this shit is to carry. Like the first one, simple. Like you can have it in your pocket, your book bag. You can have this stuff in your book bag too, but I feel like some of this stuff might be a pain to carry or not.
Even able to do it.
Well, putting it on and off every day. Let's say you're going to like Target or something, you got to do all that.
Let's see if Craig, our thief, can steal the bike in broad daylight on a busy road with neighbors walking by. So once again, our thief walks up to scope out his next victim. But this time, he's wearing a mask. Seeing the chain on the back tire, he pulls out his bolt cutter.
Ain't no cutting that.
But the rotor lock has a motion sensor and is now going off, letting everyone around him know that this bike is getting stolen.
Oh, I ain't gonna. Oh, shit. I didn't know it. Bro, that alarm is goated alone. I didn't know it had an alarm. Yo, okay, now this is actually
But
goated.
no one seems to care. The bolt cutters were no match for the
Alright, I ain't gonna lie. Humans fucking suck bystander.
unbreakable chain, and the bike is saved until the thief pulls out
Bro,
this.
bystanders gotta be one of the worst. But hey, people just mind their business.
And in about 3 minutes, he was able to get
What the fuck? Okay, so with this, you're just hoping people like intervene at that point.
past the chain. Then for the rotor lock, although it was loud and annoying, it only took the thief 2 minutes to get past it and steal my bike.
It slowed me down. There's no way anybody's getting through this thing with bolt cutters. I was either going to break myself or the bolt cutters. I think this is a pretty good way to secure your bikes. It's kind of the method I use when I take my dirt bikes and
Okay, true. But it said it's supposed to be uncuttable. That's my thing. But, I mean, I don't know how many people walking around here with that in their pocket. But you never know. I mean, if these people, like, you know, out here trying to steal by. Okay, but at the end of the day, they can still just pick this bitch up.
overnight trips. It is definitely going to slow somebody down, but they will need power tools.
But, I mean, I don't see the point of picking it up if I can't do nothing with it once I got it to the crib. But then I'll probably get some tools that I can do something with it. So yeah, they can just pick it
To
up.
get it off. I like it. I think this is a good product. This little thing will slow people down. And it makes noise. It could make a louder noise with the alarm. They are going to need power tools to get it off. I was a little concerned about this one. And one of the things I don't like about these is that cord. You need to keep the cord with these. And that cord comes up to your handlebars. And the reason that cord comes up to your handlebars is so you don't forget you put this this on, start your bike, put it in gear, and ride away with this on your front or rear caliper. It breaks things. Ask me how I know that. I didn't do it. I had to fix one for a guy that did it.
So here's an example of the second way a motorcycle thief will steal your motorcycle. First, you see these gentlemen walk up to scope out the bike. And then you notice the first guy pushes the handlebar to see if the steering wheel lock is on. And it is. And the bike is saved, and the good guys win, and the bad guys are defeated, and they're questioning all their life choices. No. They come back 2 seconds later and easily break the fork lock and shamefully duck walk the bike back to their marsh or wherever awful place they come from. So after this GSXR got stolen, the police told the owner, you're never gonna see the bike again. And all the money that he had invested in this thing was down the drain. But a month later, he got a phone call from the police saying, come get your bike. And when he shows up at the police station, this is what he found. His nice, clean, perfectly maintained motorcycle was completely destroyed. It turns out that a month later, after the bike was stolen, the thief was running from the cops and then ran the bike into another police car, and that's how he crashed it. Now, I know
So he's dead, right? He gotta be dead.
what you're thinking, and I made a couple phone calls, and I was not able to get the body cam footage or the squad car footage of seeing that bike wreck into it. But that would have been pretty cool. But I imagine it probably looked pretty similar to this.
Slide, huge crash.
But the big question is, could this product right here have helped our friend from getting his bike stolen? This right here is the Mac Daddy of motorcycle theft items. This thing has baronium. It's a special coating that they put on this metal that's supposed to dull angle grinders. Let's see how long it takes Craig to figure this one out and see if he can steal that bike. So I put the new lock on her bike, and let's see if the thief can steal it now.
Hell thief, but alright, we good.
Now this lock apparently has a special coating, making it angle grinder proof. And it appears to be working.
Dude, that's impressive.
So he decides to pull out the big guns and handheld bandsaw.
Okay, who the fuck just got this in there? Alright. That ain't working
I'm out,
either.
my pants are falling down.
Damn, that ain't working either.
It doesn't work either and really dulls the blade.
It just wasted those teeth.
That's
I'm like
fire.
barely halfway through this thing.
Then he tries a Sawzall, and that doesn't work. And then the thief stops and pets a dog.
Hi, puppy. How are you?
And after a few batteries and a stack of grinding discs,
This thing can't be overheating that fast. There's no way. More discs.
This is probably the most goated thing you can have. Like, bro, I can go down, sit down, eat, come back outside, and whoop your ass.
still
Like, what?
can't get the thing off.
I've never seen anything like this. It's nuts. I'm running out of tools. Well,
How are you
hopefully
gonna get it off?
it should spin and I can.
Hopefully it should spin.
What do you want me to say, Dad? I still gets broken. I still can't get. Ah, dang it.
And it won't spin.
No. It's a pretty skookum blade you got on there, and it just knocked the teeth right off.
Our thief was successfully deterred. Nope, he's back, and with a small generator and a metal blade.
Is it eating through that? I imagine they did call the cops on, bro.
And with a metal blade, he got it off pretty quick.
Well, that's cheating. He had to go home and get a generator. Oh, no, I like that one. That one's good. I like that.
This is pretty impressive. I don't know if we got a bum angle grinder, battery powered angle grinder or what, but this took a plug-in angle grinder and a diamond cutoff wheel, and then it made pretty easy work of it. But regular cutoff wheels and the battery powered grinder didn't get through it, or it did, but it took forever. This is pretty secure. Not saying you can't get into it, because I did, but it's secure. I like this one.
You gotta go. I mean,
The third way to steal a
that's
motorcycle
like
looks a
nice
little
tool.
something like this. These guys pull up in a Silverado, classic Chevy truck guy thing to do. They pull up next to the bike inside the parking garage, and they uncover a really nice CBR 1000 RR, all tucked away under its cover and not hurting a soul. And in the worst possible way, they pick up the 120-pound motorcycle and throw it into the back of the truck and drive away, causing hundreds, if not thousands of dollars of damage just to the
How you gonna get past
with
this?
this move. They don't even use tank straps to tie the thing down. They just lay it down on the side. Tank straps, the world's greatest motorcycle tie-down strap, available on Amazon or M1Moto.com. Don't steal motorcycles. Now we have one more device, and I don't think Craig is gonna be able to bust through this one, but I know exactly what you're thinking. And you're thinking, Sean, aren't you just teaching these thieves how to steal our motorcycles? The answer is no. One, thieves don't watch my channel. They're too busy watching John Malecki trying to do woodworking.
What the hell, dude? They're not thieves. They're nice people.
And two, they already know how to steal stuff. What I'm doing is I'm informing the Bikes and Beards Brotherhood. I'm informing us on how they're doing it so that we know how to stop them from doing it. Because the better informed we are, the more likely we can stop those guys. And this is a lesson that I learned from the greatest show of all time, G.I. Joe.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
I'm so cooked. I thought about The Rock. I did.
Now, I legally bought this GSXR at an auction because after it got wrecked and it was returned to the owner, he couldn't afford to fix it, so he took it back to the dealership and turned it in and got $900 for it. And that dealership sent it to the auction, and that's where I bought it. And after a year since he last saw the video of us putting this bike back together, I reached out to him and I said, hey, I got some merchandise I want to give you. Can I get your address? And he responded by saying he's closer to us than he used to be, and he just wants to stop by at the shop. Let's go see if Craig can get past the last and potentially greatest anti-theft device, and then we'll go meet the old owner. I got a little surprise for him.
See, yeah, but who's carrying that, bro? I'm about to carry
He
that in
pulls
my
up
book,
and
bro.
sees the target, and then he pulls out the
That
big
sound heavy as shit. Like what?
right to the portable bandsaw.
It's not liking it. Didn't even do anything. Barely scratched it.
Not having any luck with the bandsaw, he goes back to the faithful battery-powered angle grinder, and in less than 5 minutes, he's gone with my bike.
How's the other thing gonna be better?
For the wheelie clamp. Arrgh. So basically you're gonna use something like this at your house or at your friend's house. You're not gonna really carry it around with you to use whenever you park at the ice cream shop when you're out for a ride. And it was really easy to get through with an angle grinder. So I would not recommend this style of lock. I think we've shown there's better options for you. This one here, don't spend your money on it. Don't waste your time with it. It's not gonna keep your bike safe.
God damn it.
Okay, hold on a second. Just to fill you guys in, during this entire process, no one stopped us, no one questioned Craig, no one called the cops. We had a lot of people, hundreds of people drive cars back, like past us. No one said anything. We got a few goofy looks. Is that surprising to anyone? In broad daylight in the middle of the day, we were stealing this bike 4 times and no one did anything. I kind of lost faith in humanity. But our boy Jake is gonna be here in a little bit, and I can't wait to show him the bike, and we have a little...
Alright, that's it. Let's see what Jake
goes
comes
by. They call me. They're like, "Hey, we found your bike." I was like, "They're like, yeah, we have it at the scrapyard."
You're thinking it's all nice, right?
There's really only 2 good ways to protect your motor. Well, 1 good way to protect your motorcycle. But at the end of the day, I can still just pick it up and put it in the back of a truck. See you on the next one. Peace.